If you're looking for the lightest gravel bikes, then you've come to the right place. I've analysed hundreds of gravel bikes from all over the internet and ranked the lightest models by their weight. Importantly, these are not custom one-off bicycles that use obscure components. Instead, they are all standard gravel bike models you might even find in a bicycle shop near you. The biggest advantage of an ultralight bike is the way it feels underneath you. These bikes climb like a dream, offer the sensation of quick acceleration, and will feel highly responsive to any inputs. Right, it's time to inspect the lightest gravel bikes in the world. The heaviest, lightest gravel bike is the Scott Addict Gravel RC. Tour Magazine has tested the lateral frame stiffness to be higher than many bikes here, which will make it feel extra responsive underneath you. In addition, the fork legs have been tested to flex back and forth over bumps more than typical, providing additional ride comfort for your hands and upper body. The Addict RC is only one of 2 gravel bikes on this list with a 2x drivetrain. This allows for closer steps between each gear, making the bike extra suitable for road bike use if you were to fit some narrow, slick tyres. The Factor Ostro Gravel has more aerodynamic features than your typical gravel bike. The deeper and more truncated head tube profile, dropped seat stays, aero seat post, tight integration between the fork crown and frame, and rear wheel cutout will undoubtedly make for a quick gravel race bike in the wind. That said, the Factor also has the lowest frame stiffness of any bike here. It's over 20% less stiff at the head tube and bottom bracket than competing products. This will not be a big deal for lighter and less powerful riders, but for heavier riders who will put more power through a frame, it might be a deal breaker. The Vitus Venon Evo GR is a lightweight gravel bike that offers a raft of aero features. This will make it one of the fastest bikes on a gravel race course. While it doesn't have the lightest frame set or wheel set, it's a great overall package that undercuts plenty of rivals on price when you consider the high-grade specification. The Allied Echo is billed as a 2-in-1 road and gravel bike. The magic of it is the integrated flip chips at the fork and rear dropouts, which not only change the wheelbase length, but also the bottom bracket drop. When the flip chips are in the road mode position, the wheelbase length and bottom bracket drop is reduced, making for a more compact layout that gives the bike a more responsive and agile feel. When the flip chips are in the gravel mode position, the wheelbase length is extended, making the bike more stable and forgiving on gravel roads. The Lauf Seigler is the lightest gravel bike with the ability to fit 29 by 2.25 inch wide mountain bike tyres, which will allow it to handle the roughest gravel roads. This is the first bike we've seen without fully integrated cables, and this makes bike maintenance easier and allows you to change the handlebar and stem dimensions with ease. The Seigler comes with a tough SRAM Red Explore wireless group set. Given this group set retails for around $4,000, this makes the Seigler one of the best value lightweight gravel bikes here. The Specialized Crux Pro starts with a sizable head start over other gravel bikes, as the frame set is just 1,225 grams. That makes it the second lightest gravel frame set here. The Crux Pro is a rather traditional gravel bike that will best suit those who ride in a non-competitive sense. There are no fully integrated cables, aero frame sections, or one-piece bar stems to be found. This not only saves weight, but makes bike maintenance easier and allows you to dial in your bike fit. One of my favourite components on this bike is the Roval Terra Carbon seat post, which flexes vertically with ease and will smooth out the bumpiest gravel roads. If you're enjoying this video, you might also like my Bikepacking Bike Buyer's Guide. This guide teaches you everything about gravel bikes and equipment before allowing you to compare hundreds of bikes at the back of the book. The best bit is that my guides are updated yearly for free, so you'll always have the latest copy. The Ridley Asta RS is a thoroughbred gravel race bike, aiming for the podium. The frame set, integrated bar stem and wheels are all aero-optimized to create the fastest gravel bike possible. In fact, the Asta RS has the deepest and heaviest wheels of any bike on this list. While the DT Swiss wheels are over 200 grams heavier than average, the time savings at 35 kilometers per hour will undoubtedly make up for the minor weight penalty. This bike also has notably wide tyre clearance for a gravel bike, allowing you to fit the appropriate tyres required to handle rougher courses. The new Trek Checkmate is clearly aero-optimized, with its large tube profiles, reasonably deep wheels, and one-piece Aero RSL bar stem that's identical to those found on their road race bike, the Madone. A top-tier SRAM Red Explore gravel group set and Bontrager carbon wheels assist in keeping this bike as light and fast as possible. A cool feature of the Checkmate is the decoupler at the intersection between the top tube and the seat tube, which assists the saddle and post in smoothing imperfections on a road or trail. Schmolke are carbon manufacturing specialists from Germany who are best known for their ultra-lightweight bike components. When compared to the competition, the Schmolke framesets are not anywhere near as lightweight, but their ultralight components more than make up the difference, helping this bike to sit among the top 10 lightest gravel bikes available. Thanks to their direct-to-consumer business model, the cost is kept quite reasonable for a made-in-Europe gravel bike. With 50mm tyre clearance, the Cube New Road is a great bike for gravel racing. Tour Magazine lab testing suggests it's one of the stiffest and most responsive framesets on this list, and the fork tests as one of the more comfortable models available too. The New Road is also among the cheapest here. In fact, the SRAM Red Explore drivetrain, brakes and shifters retail for about €4,500 by itself. When you factor in the frameset and wheels, which are the lightest here by the way, I'm really not sure how Cube makes any money on this bike. Superior is a Czech brand that offers very high-performance bikes for a reasonable price. Well, relative to other bikes here. Superior starts with the third lightest frameset and goes on to build the fifth lightest complete gravel bike. The impressive part is that it's been equipped with one of the most aerodynamic wheelsets featured on this list. If it were to use the same wheelset as the Cube New Road, this bike would slot into second place. You can find aero features throughout the frameset and cockpit, and there is no expense spared on the components either, notably the DT Swiss wheels and SRAM Red Explore drivetrain. The BMC Kaius is the lightest gravel bike I could find with fully integrated cables. The Kaius features one of the lightest frame sets, despite having one of the stiffest frames according to Tour Magazine testing, and it's been equipped with some of the lightest wheels too. This frame has clearly been given the aero treatment, with larger truncated frame tubes, drop seat stays, and a cutout on the lower seat tube to shield the rear wheel. The handlebar also has a small frontal area and aerodynamic shape to save further watts. The Parapara Animos is the third lightest gravel bike on this list, despite having a heavier than average frame set and wheel set. This means it's the components where Parapara has really focused their weight savings. At 150 grams, the Schmolke carbon handlebar is one of the lightest of its kind, as is the 95-gram Sala Italia saddle and 95-gram Schmolke carbon seat post. It's all these small things that really keep the weight of this bike in check. You probably haven't heard of Gunscher before, but this German bike shop and online store stocks a bunch of ultralight wheels and components, as well as complete bikes. The frame set is heavier than average, so Gunscher has equipped this bike with the third lightest gravel wheels here, and has made significant weight savings on components like the brake rotors, handlebar, stem, seat post, and saddle. The S-Works Crux holds the title for the lightest gravel frame set, and it's been paired with one of the lightest wheel sets too. It's no wonder it's the lightest gravel bike here. The Crux frame set is around 20% lighter than average, which is a seriously impressive margin to hold over the competition. It's even more impressive considering that Tour magazine has measured the frame stiffness and found it to be over 40% stiffer than the Factor and Vitus at the head tube. What I like about this bike is that it puts function before everything else. There are no fully integrated cables, aero frame sections, or one-piece handlebars and stems. While it's slower than the gravel racing competition, it's also lighter, easier to work on, and easier to perfect the handlebar width and stem lengths for your needs. With top-of-the-line components and even a special carbon layup, this bike is expensive. If you'd like a more wallet-friendly version with similar DNA, check out the Specialized Crux Pro. It's still in the top 10 lightest gravel bikes, but it's some $5,000 cheaper. Or, at over $8,000 cheaper, you could get the Crux Comp, which is just 2 full water bottles heavier. There we have it. That's the 15 lightest gravel bikes in the world. While these light bikes won't make you significantly faster, they will feel amazing underneath you. Expect them to climb like a dream, respond immediately to inputs, and accelerate faster than a speeding bullet. And an added bonus is the lighter wallet you now have.